Hey, YouTube as well as Facebook followers. It's your boy Z, and I'm back for another podcast type musical multimedia entertainment video and situation. And I'm very excited this morning because I have embarked on a new adventure to build my YouTube following. I would very much appreciate it if you would like this and subscribe and leave a comment. And if you would do all that, then it would really help me spread my mission, my message of peace, love, and joy, and consciousness, and becoming aware of your own what you could say is happiness in a sense, but mainly it's the good within ourselves that is in a sense God, or you could say the spirit of love, man. It's a spirit of love, and it dwells richly within everyone if they just allow it to be, because it's our natural presence, or it's our natural ability to it's our being, it's our presence, it's our awareness and consciousness is that of peace. So if you allow it to be, then you can really have these things, and that's the whole message I'm trying to get across. But before I get into all of that, I would like to teach the A minor pentatonic scale, which is the first scale that many guitarists learn when they're learning guitar, and that's because it's easy. It doesn't take much to learn it, but it takes a while to master it. As far as getting your fingering down and having the ability to switch between strings is very important to learning the scale. But the scale itself, and you may want to write this down if you have a notepad, but the tablature includes on the thickest string, so the top of the guitar, that's called the low E string, and it starts on the fifth fret. So with your first finger, you want to put it on the fifth fret, and that is the A note. So that's, and then the second note in the pentatonic scale is actually the eighth fret of that same sixth string. So you can go 5, 8, 8, 5, 8, 5, 8, 8, 5, 8. And then the next thing you want to do to practice is switch to the fifth string. And the two notes in the pentatonic scale on the fifth string are 5 and 7. So you can go 5, 5, 7, 7, 5, 7. And then switch strings again, so you're on the fourth string, the D string, and that's also 5, 7. So that's 5, 7, 7, 5, 7, 5, 7, 7, 5, 7. And then you want to switch to the G string, the next two notes in the pentatonic scale, and that's also 5, 7. So on the G string, it's 5, 7, 7, 5, 7. Yeah, here's where it gets tricky. The bottom two strings, the B and the high E string, those are 5, 8, like the low E string. So we go 5, 8, then 5, 7, 5, 7, 5, 7, then 5, 8, 5, 8. And that's the A minor pentatonic shape, is 5, 8, 5, 7, 5, 7, 5, 7, 5, 8, 5, 8 across the six strings. And the thing you want to practice is switching strings, guys, and that's going to help improve your guitar playing so much, because after a while you can just play. that's all utilizing the A minor pentatonic, and I can teach some of those moves that I just played. But the main thing you want to do is get your fingering and get your pinky strength and your first and third finger working in unison and switching strings, and that will help your guitar playing so much if you're just starting out. And I hope that was clear and helps you guys. But back to consciousness and being happy within your own circumstances in your own life. And I'm not going to say life situation. I'm going to say life, because what we are is we are one with life. We're one with everything that is, because you see everything around you is taking up space. So what is the absence of things? You see, everything you see is. So we have something in common with everything, because we are. And that's the point I'm trying to make, is that we're all connected. You know what I mean? Like everything has a source. You know, we all are. So that brings us into a unity with the animals, the trees, everything that's alive. I would venture to say even things, inanimate objects have a soul in a way, because if they didn't, then how would they be there if they didn't have some kind of consciousness? You know what I mean? Like, because they're there, so everything else is. But especially living things is what I focus on as far as the relationships, man. The good that has no opposite within us. The love, the joy, the peace, and I have a cat. I'm not gonna lie, and I love that little thing. And I was worried for a little while that he wasn't gonna be able to come to Nashville with me, but I found that strategies. And if anybody knows any strategies about cheap living or how to survive in that city, Nashville, let me know in the comments. You know, if you have any advice for me, because I would appreciate that. But the main context is like just that people, man, our relationships with people are so important, and that's one of the quadrants that we work in the Iron Council, run by Mr. Mickler of the Order of Man podcast and movement, which is reclaiming and restoring masculinity to its rightful mantle upon the fireplace, and given the appropriate, what would you say, respect, admiration, encouragement, approval. And we have approval in the Iron Council. We have abundance that we've established within what we have, and the men with it, we know we have it. You know what I mean? We can give it out. We're men. We're strong. We're capable. We've been through hard times, and as the saying goes, hard times make strong men. And you can tell the men who have been through real life situations, because they are hardened and they are strong. And I consider myself to be amongst that level of manly manly establishment, you know, because I can do things that a lot of people, they're either not willing or they're not able to accomplish, like learning guitar, man. Like, if you're just starting out, you can't do that. That's impossible for somebody except for with a lot of experience to understand and be able to go like. fun to play with sounds and manipulate, make the guitar talk, because like it can play the blues, you know, like go from 7 to 9 and back up to 7 on the slide, like, and then just go from 7 to 5 and just play that note. So it goes 7, 7, 9 up to 7, then it goes the 7th fret, play the note, and then hit the 5th fret on the G string, so the 3rd string, and play that note. So you're going like, and then you want to play that note again and switch strings and go to the D string, and you can just play that's the blues. That's a little lick I made up with the slides and the string transfers. I think that sounds good. I think that sounds like a kind of melodic, just a nice sound. And that's all that really playing guitar is just making sounds, man. And if it sounds good, you know, like the A minor chord, your first finger on the 2nd string, 1st fret, and your 2nd finger on the 4th string, 2nd fret, and your 3rd finger on the 3rd string, 2nd fret, and it sounds like this. But you know how you can manipulate a sound? And think about that. What could you do to possibly make that sound different? And I'm going to tell you, but first I want you to think, what would be a simple way to just make a different sound, man? And what I'm going to tell you is that you can lift your 2nd and 3rd finger up off the strings, and you can put them back down. So you can do the A minor chord, and then lift your fingers off, then put them back down, and you can just make that sound, man, like, oh, I dropped my pick, but yeah, you make those different sounds. That's playing guitar. That's mastering the whole mode of music. Is just making it sound good, and that's what I'm trying to teach with my students, and my guitar ability is just drop my pick again. And that's one way you can play, or you can switch to the D minor chord, and that sounds like this. Or you can switch to the E minor chord, which is basically the easiest chord to learn how to play in all the guitar. This is the first chord that many guitarists learn how to play, and what it is, it's just your 3rd finger, or sorry, excuse me, not your 3rd finger. You want to put your 2nd finger on the 5th string of the 2nd fret, and your 3rd finger on the 4th string of the 2nd fret, and you strum all 6 strings. That's why it's called an E minor, because that E is the root note, man. And the E minor, when you strum all 6 strings, it sounds like. And again, if you want to make a different sound, you can just take your fingers off the strings and put it back down, so it sounds like. And then switch to the A minor chord. so that's part of what I wanted to share. And let me see if I can get these lyrics up, because I had wrote a poem and shared it, and I have not yet made a musical number incorporating these words into a video yet. And I think I would like to maybe take on that challenge here today, if I can find it. Excuse this small intermission, but I'm having early morning discussion. So funny. Guys, my AI came up with a rock song about kids who disrupted class, telling the teacher, I don't think I can say whom. That's one of my tunes. Oh, here it is. The introduction. I was in a feeling. I was in my feelings when I wrote this poem. And I wrote it in the Iron Council, in the music channel. And it was just like spur of the moment. You know, I had been talking to a young lady, and she kind of rejected me. And this is how I felt, man. I said, I had a fire struck up in my heart one moment, then icily frigid cold the next. I'm not going to say I put myself out there and threw shit just to write. That would be dishonest. I put myself out there because my heart wants to believe. That's all it wants, to the point of betrayal of my feelings and my own detriment. If it could just live in a fairy tale for the rest of time, the dragons would all be damned, and it would just live in extreme peace with the princess of its dreams, and everything would be wonderful, true, and God would get the glory. But this is the real world. Dragons are principalities. Princesses are above you, socially unacceptable to pursue, enforced by legalistic bosses, and is highly encouraged by the court. The any and all connection to someone's heart be severed with an icy steel blade. That's why there's a dead rat where my heart is supposed to be. And the thing is, the world is going to continue to spin, and I'm nothing but an ant on a ball in outer space. The thing also is, I have a secret. And I know you want to know what that secret is, don't you? But the first off, well, if I told you, you would never believe me. And second of all, this ain't the time, nor is it appropriate given the circumstances of who and what it pertains to in the context of what cannot be understood by our feeble yet yearning human minds. And I know that sounds like the hell of a blues number, but I hurt you in the heart just so I could share some of the pain of how happiness can pierce and broken love can soothe. And this is the first verse of the song or poem that I'm just going to play in A minor and maybe switch to G, C, and D throughout, but it goes like this. Let me tell you about a little girl I know. She's into the blues and rock and roll. She strolled right through my mind, spent my way tired. Then I hollered out, let me be your guy. Why? I just wanna fly, way up in the sky, and I don't wanna fall, cause I'm afraid of dying. Hey, babe, let me be your guy, yeah, we can do this love game, and you can end up crying, like, every single time I play with emotion, current of the ocean. If you think I'm bluffed and I'm not, we could be something I've got. Eternity, infinity, the current of the ocean, in the slaves of emotion. I could be your best friend, I think this is destined. Hey, I don't wanna lie. If there's another guy, then I apologize for everything that's gonna hurt. I hate that I can be a jerk, but you have excellence in your rising. I'd be a fool not to try it, cause your vibes are what I'm messing with. They're what I'm picking up on. It's 11, pick a star to make a wish on. Like Chris Bell, we can catch your next ride to heaven. Then it's like every single time reality just strikes. All this evidence of a legalistic life, and it affects your happiness. but I tried. So I guess I'll change my tone now. I'll make my whole town proud. You know, I might have lost my mind again, and a wasted life is all I found. Why? I just wanna fly way up in the sky, yeah, and I don't wanna fall, cause I'm afraid to die, yeah, hey, I don't wanna lie, yeah, if there's another guy, then I apologize, but you're no longer smiling. Verse 3, cause I love y'all. You treated me like a fool, and I won't go down this road again. I didn't know how this was gonna end. You were reckless with my love, so no, baby, I won't talk. I never told you I loved you when I won't. At least I know you have fire in your lungs, but this job, it made you cold. And all the things that I told you were all in vain. It's such a shame. I'll change my tone again. I know you ended up crying, but that's how life goes. At least you feel something, cause you know you're alive. I can't lie. There's another guy, so why you apologize? So I'll stay high and I'll just fly, but I don't wanna fall, cause I'm afraid to die. I know that was kind of full of emotion, and the whole context of that poem was kind of like I was in my feelings, and I told her that I never told her I loved her. But the truth of the matter is, I do have love for pretty much the whole human experience. So that's not exactly true, but giving my personal surrender of the love to someone is a special thing for me, and I can't just promise that to just anybody, you know what I mean? Like, I'm a single guy, and this girl had a chance with me, but it's cool, you know? It didn't work out, and I was able to put my feelings into a song, and that's how it went. So I hope you guys enjoyed that little number of a poem that is not named. I think it would just be like, I want to fly way up in the sky, or maybe why, something like that is just the name of that. But I think the main line that the whole poem is centered around is, you had fire in your lungs, but this job had made you cold, and at least I know, because that was pretty much the context of the relationship, is that we had a fire that burned bright, and then it got cold. So that's how life goes. You know, I can't put too much of my own weight, and I got to clean up my side of the street, which means that I'm the man in this situation. So I have a duty to provide emotional stability, as well as protect feelings that they don't get hurt, and I take that role of being appreciative, which is a recognition and enjoyment of the good qualities in something or someone, and approval of the reassurance that I'm sorry if I caused any female to hurt, you know, and that's what I do for the females in my life, is I reassure them that hey, they're never to blame. I could never blame a female, you know what I mean? Like, that's something that they're not built for. They're not built to be wrong, because they will take that and they'll think there's something wrong with them when they're blamed, and that hurts their self-esteem. That hurts the female self-esteem, and she takes it personally because she sees the bigger picture and has a different understanding. So when you blame a lady, I'm saying, you shouldn't do that. You shouldn't call a woman wrong, man, because of how her mind is set up, and her being the weaker, feeble creature in the game of life. And we should protect our women. You know, we should consider them honorary, and that's kind of my views as the validation of respect and the protection of respect I have for the ladies in my life. And I'm not just saying that a lot of guys might get mad about that and say, "Oh well, my wife is wrong because she did this, and that." And although objectively she probably shouldn't have done those things, you making her feel wrong is not helping the situation. You have to realize within your own masculinity that you're at fault, man. That this breakdown in the relationship is all your fault, man, and it's not her fault. And the sooner you realize that as a man, that these things fall on us to take responsibility and provide the stability. And I know unfaithfulness is a difficult thing to navigate, but even to the point of betrayal, you have to look at what you did. You can't just blame your wife and say, "Oh, well, that bad name did this and she's such a blank blank." And nah, man, it's your fault. It is. To a certain extent. I know I've been cheated on, and it hurt, but I had to end that. I had to do whatever I could to make that suffering stop for myself. And sometimes we do things in life that we take risks on. We take risks on people and our finances. We take financial risks, and that's part of being a man. Is you got to take certain risks within your life. That it's not always going to be a safe bet. Every time you go outside, you can end up in a situation that's like third world with somebody, and you have to be strong. You have to be able to endure what life throws at you, and with the help of a higher power, you can strengthen yourself. You can train yourself. You can become more, become better, become stronger. And that's what I'm trying to encourage the young men, as well as men in their 40s and 50s and 60s that struggle with the ability to protect and provide. You need to read some books and get encouraged and feel better, man, because it's all love, it's all positivity, and it's all admiration. And that's pretty much all I had to say in this 28-minute podcast musical Zach Allen original. And please hit the like and subscribe button at the end of this, and leave a comment, because that would be greatly appreciated. It would help me move my mission and my movement. And I also wanted to say that I'm going to be posting more regularly. So probably take Mr. Mickler's example and post 3 times a week. And I might have a co-host or a co-musician or something that I can do a podcast with. But yeah, I'm going to try to follow that format for the next 90 days at least, while I'm working with this YouTube promoter and getting my message out. But I appreciate everybody's time listening to me. I hope you enjoyed this, and have a wonderful day, and just stay up, guys. Stay up. Bye.